Hey Aries, welcome back to my channel. This is Jen with Lighthouse Oracle, and I'm bringing you the energy check-in for the week. This is for the last week of the month of January, so all the way till the 31st. I'm going to go into the tarot cards first to give me an idea of what the energy is looking like right now, and then we're going to clarify with or get additional messages with the oracle cards. So I'm going to put these to the side for now. And let's see what your energy is looking like. Whenever you click on this reading, this applies for the whole week. So, there may be a message there for you, but this is a general reading. It is more specific for Aries, but there are a lot of Aries out there. So please take what resonates. Let's see, what does the energy look like for Aries at this time? Oh, okay. We're going to take those. We're going to take that, put this to the side. So we have the Hangman, we have the King of Cups, and we have the Two of Swords. Oh, we have the Hangman in reverse. Okay. So, interesting, Aries. I see that there's a decision to make. Maybe you're feeling a little needing some perspective. I feel like with the Hangman, usually, right side up, he's upside down. So I feel like in reverse, it's kind of refusing to see a situation from another angle or from a different perspective. And I feel like with the King of Cups and the Two of Swords, the Two of Swords can be a kind of like a stalemate energy, and I feel like that has to do with the Hangman being in reverse. This sort of situation that's kind of causing you to feel a little blocked. And with the King of Cups here, I feel like there's a need to bring some, I guess, emotional knowledge to the situation. Because the King of Cups is a very emotionally aware, very emotionally intelligent, mature, kind of I'm getting very sure of himself. And so I feel like, when you step into that King of Cups energy, you're just kind of like, it's a very balanced emotional state. You're not allowing your emotions to control you, but you're also allowing your emotions to kind of guide you. Not control you, but guide you, right? Like if it's a good or bad feeling, that's kind of narrowing down the path and which direction to go. So I feel like this week, especially with this energy right now that I see, we need to channel our King of Cups energy. We need to, bring some healthy emotional awareness to whatever situation you're in. And that will definitely, one, help you gain perspective because, your emotions help. Your emotions are like, little messengers. They're like little triggers. They're like little flags. Like, hey, you're not feeling good about this situation. Maybe you should be more aware of it. Or, hey, this situation makes you feel really happy. Maybe find some ways to bring more of this energy into your life. What about this situation making you happy or making you feel passionate or making you feel fulfilled? Or what about this energy that you're experiencing currently is keeping you blocked? And what ways can we, that's all, as much as we think that's, using our analytical mind and using our logics to discern our direction, a lot of it is from your emotion. Whether a feeling feels good or feels bad, that basically what determines which direction you take, right? You typically want to go towards more things that make you feel good, make you feel full, make your soul sing, And so when you feel like you're getting off track, it's kind of like, your inner body, your mind, it's kind of just like, hey, let's, you're going off a little bit of a spiral, let's come back, And I feel like the King of Cups is very aware of when they're veering off and off track. It doesn't mean that they're, they are super solid, but that's because they are very aware of their emotions. So I feel like that's what I'm seeing right now, Aries. And it's just asking for a change of perspective. I'm feeling that, and the Hangman, like he's not stuck either. And that's the thing about these two cards that I'm noticing. The Hangman, he put himself in this position he tied himself to this post upside down in order for him to gain perspective. He did that. Same with this person. this person, she's got like her blindfolds on and two swords up, but she's very capable of taking that off and putting the swords down and seeing and actually taking a look at what the situation calls for, right? So this kind of really just goes to show, you know, your power. Like you have the power to, you know, disconnect from this energy and see things more clearly and see things from, you know, a different perspective. So let's look into your oracle cards to see what other advice Spirit has for Aries for this week. Ooh, let's see. Okay, we're just, that did not. Okay, let's see. What is Spirit's advice for Aries for this week? Get out of this stalemate. How do we get out of this stalemate energy for Aries? How? Ooh, okay, well, we're gonna take the two because they both came out, and you know, we're just. Ooh, interesting. This came out in another reading. I don't know which one, but it says wisdom and manifestation. So this card, it says, have you ever been told you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. And this one is manifestation. Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1. So seeing these two energies, it really even makes more sense to this direction and this this energy that I'm picking up on. And I feel like I said, you know, you have the inner knowing to get yourself out of these situations and this block stalemate energy. And what you're manifesting too, there's like, you can also self-sabotage and kind of like create a self-fulfilling prophecy when you constantly keep yourself stuck. And if you constantly tell yourself you're stuck, well then you're stuck, you know? But when you allow your emotions to, you know, your emotions aren't a bad thing. When you feel a bad emotion, that's kind of just like your body, your mental state giving you like a heads up, like, hey, you're not feeling good right now. This doesn't make you feel good. You know, maybe it's time to change that a little bit. And that's what I'm picking up on. And that's what you're manifesting. Be clear what you want to manifest. Do you want change of perspective? Do you want to get out of this stalemate energy? Do you want to channel your King of Cups? And that's, again, all up to you. But that's why it says, like, be very honest with yourself. Like, some people tend to want to stay in this stalemate energy because that's what they're used to. This is your comfort zone in a way, right? You're comfortable with having your guard up all the time, ready to, you know, defend yourself against whoever's coming at you. But I'm also saying that, you know, you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge, you have the ability to do it. And I think, you know, one of the ways to get started is channel your emotions. Allow yourself to feel those emotions. And what are those emotions telling you? You know, you might feel numb for a little bit. And this energy, the stalemate energy, might have had you feeling numb too. Which is something that, you know, keeps you in this stalemate. So it's kind of like, it's scary to channel your emotions and to really feel your emotions. And it's also a hard task to get yourself out of bad emotions. Sometimes we dig ourselves into holes, and that's also a stalemate energy. So let's look at a last little message from Spirit. What Aries needs to know this week. What does Aries need to know today? So yeah, I mean, I'm seeing this kind of, and maybe you're doing this, you know, I feel this is like a temporary energy for sure. Like, this isn't like you're stuck here forever. Like, you have every opportunity to get out of it, and you have every choice to stay in it. You know, I can say this over and over again. And if you feel like you want to be here, then be here. You know, I'm not going to judge you, you know, but if you don't like being stuck, if you don't like this constant state of like blockage, then, you know, we gotta baby steps, right? Feel a little bit of the motions at a time. Allow yourself to step into the water a little bit. Look at this king. Oh my God, look at this king, right? I can pick him up. Like, he's like, his foot is like right at the edge. And I'm like noticing the foot a lot. Like, dip your toe into the water of your emotions. Like, look how crazy the waves are behind him. But he's just like, dip, you know, just a little dip, a dip at a time, you know? And that's how you know, It's like getting to know yourself, getting to know the ocean of emotion that is you. So let's look at this card. This says love in spite of it all. And on the back this says, before this odyssey ever began, there was you, your best friends, and wide-eyed curiosity among you about who would be the first to leap, the first to forget, the first to kiss, the first to tell, the first to fall, the first to get back up, and the first to remember that it all began with a dare to love in spite of it all. Is that you, Murgatroyd? The universe. P.S. I remember the glint in your eyes. All three of them. That's really interesting. I'm not even sure what that means. Like I said, like this deck, I love this deck. It's so zany. It's so like out there. Like the messages are very interesting. But sometimes even I get a little lost. Like, what do you even mean? But I think it's interesting because this also, I feel like this also talks about like your inner child. When it's like, before this whole adulting journey began, it was just you and your friends, and it's like, ooh, are you gonna hold hands with him? Are you gonna kiss on the tree? Blah blah blah. Like, you know how kids do. And now that we're older, we kind of like forget to love, and because love can. And I just saw this quote somewhere, but it says grief is the price we pay for love, but it's worth paying. So it's kind of like, don't regret love. Don't regret where you put your love into, because you're still putting love energy into it. Whether maybe it doesn't have to do with like a relationship. Maybe it's just putting love into a family situation, putting love into a colleague or a work situation. When you put love into it, you're still having that energetic, you're projecting that energetically, and other people can feel it, and they may not, tell you, hey, I felt that love energy you sent my way, because it's in the 5D. It's a transcendental energy that's being broadcasted, but they still feel it. They might feel like, oh, I feel a little better right now. I don't really know why, but that's cool. Like, I was having a bad day, and it's kind of one of those things. You never know what can make someone smile and what can brighten their day. Maybe, you just walked by like the front desk and you're like, hey, good morning, how's it going? Or, hey, how are you? And then they actually tell you, and you're like, oh, and then you actually listen and you reciprocate. It's not just that, passerby energy that, front desk people. And I don't know why I'm getting like this front desk energy, but maybe if you're like customer service person, this might resonate a lot. But it's kind of like, you walk by, they see people all the time, they greet people all the time, but it's very rare that, they get the same interaction, the same energy give, So I think that's kind of what I'm picking up on. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the reading here, Aries. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. If this reading resonated with you, let me know in the comments if it does, how it does. I would love to hear about your stories, your journey. So if you're comfortable for it, if you're up for it. And yeah, take care, and I will see you all in another reading, okay? Bye, Aries.